Terve terve ja tervetuloa Rautaan. That is, welcome to Rauta for a Finnish black metal review with Marrasmieli. This is a first album by the band from Finland, also released by Naturmacht Productions from Germany, if I recall correctly. And why I say once again is that the band's previous release, which is not a full album but an EP, self-titled, was released by the same label in 2018. You can find that on one of those Indie 5 reviews in case you're interested. Here you have the basic information on the back of the booklet. As you can see, this is mastered at Trollhouse Audio, which is an interesting fact because we go into that in a little bit later. Now for the lyrics, they are here. As you can see, this is very much into nature, which I guess is a thing for Naturmacht Productions as well. So the guy is here in a Finnish forest having lots of beautiful photos on the nature. By the way, this is not your typical trip to Finland looks like, in case you're wondering. Nor does even this. I'm not even sure if there's any real Finnish thing. Maybe this part would be that. Now I have no idea who is taking photos. No, I'm not gonna browse it. That's for your homework to do. But I'm just here to present how it looks like here and what is the feeling of this physical product of which is called an album. Now music-wise, Marrasmieli is obviously black metal, and it's a relatively new band from 2018. So as you can see, pretty much the second release by the band, and now in English versus the first one, which was in Finnish. And there's an explanation here what the name actually means or implies. And this one is called indeed Between Land and Sky. Now music-wise, this is a little bit different than the previous one. This is going for all melodic, all kind of a fast tempo, kind of an epic level of black metal. And it seems like the band has changed a little bit too much in these times, because now it seems they have abandoned a lot of the elements of before, that is, of elements they had on the previous release. And while that was actually a good one, with kind of a folkish black metal thing, even with traditional instruments, now it's all about creating this epic stuff with very fast tempo blasting, but also with some acoustic guitars and semi-acoustic guitars and all kinds of different ideas which are there to just, fill in this 45 minutes of an album. Now I wouldn't say it's a bad thing by default, but now it seems like the band is trying to bow in too many directions at once, which essentially means, as the saying goes, if you bow to one direction, you're gonna moon to other direction, and if you do a lot of bowing, you're gonna do a lot of mooning as well. So basically you're sewing to butts in so many directions. But it's hard to please the whole audience when you're trying a little bit that, a little bit those, and then that. And it's like you're not precisely doing anything but a little bit everything, which results doing exactly nothing in good ways. I don't know if that actually makes a lot of sense, but once you get to hear this actual album from the Bandcamp link or whatever, you will find out that it's actually quite diverse, an album, but in my opinion too much different stuff on its plate. Now, like the previous ones, actually the shrieky vocals are damn good. I really enjoy them, and I think they are something that the band should be clinging into, or onto rather, in the future releases as well. That's one thing they can handle pretty well. Also, the whole production here is, I think, very good also. It's very fitting the music very nicely, and also it makes all those instruments, sound kind of a force. So in that respect, the band has a lot of stuff they already can handle pretty nicely. But when it comes to songwriting, it seems like the band is very ambitious, but not in a good ways, and by that I mean it is just bouncing in too many directions, and that makes this album a little bit restless, for the lack of a better word. I mean, it's more like once you get this certain feeling, you are like, hey, this is all about this kind of atmosphere, suddenly it changes like that, and you're a different world, and I don't think it actually works in the favor of the band. Obviously, I might be totally wrong, and some people might be saying, yeah, this is the best album coming from Finland in 2020. but I kind of doubt it. Now, this is not bad overall, but I'm just saying that the band actually did a lot better with the debut EP. And while this is totally listenable, I find it a tad bit too much going on, and as such, I really cannot go full-blown enthusiastic about it. I just find that the band is trying to grasp too many things with one hand, and it's not gonna work. It's just you're gonna keep dropping those items. But that being said, I think you should be checking out this album, especially if you're not shy of melodic black metal, if you're not shy of kind of a Dimmu Borgirian type of majestic keyboard orchestrations, if you're not shy of, you know, kind of a Bathory type of epicness, even though this is not clearly even close in terms of quality. If you don't mind all that stuff, if you don't mind experimenting with different kind of ideas and then doing this kind of a melodic stuff, well, go ahead. This might be even worth a blind buy. But, like always, I urge you to check it out for yourself first before doing anything. That being said, check out the links below, and if you have any comments or questions, put them on the comments box below, and I'll get back to you. Cheers!